Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill, so let's get right to our show for you guys today. It is Friday, currently April 12th. We're going to get to our show today on the Fire Sports Pod. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. Welcome to my show, and let's get right to it. So first up, we're going to be going over some sports stories. We have a bunch to get to, and we'll be getting to those in just shortly. But in the grand scheme of things, there has been some good stuff when it came to just in general, the playoffs around the corner. Wednesday, we went over kind of the playoff picture. Basically, we're on to the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. We have two more games left tonight. Well, for the Lakers, we have it tonight, and then Sunday against the Pelicans. Tonight, we got the Grizzlies, and then Sunday, we have the Pelicans, and that finishes out the NBA season. So we're basically on the home stretch here. We're basically done. It's looking like the Lakers are going to get the 10th seed, and really everything is going to be kind of the same from where I was talking about it. We just dropped from the 9th to the 10th seed. The NHL is going to be some great playoffs. The MLB, like I said, the MLB has been starting up, and the Yankees have started off really hot lately. We play the Guardians. We were supposed to play the Guardians tonight, but that got postponed to tomorrow, where we do a split contest because of a rain out in Cleveland. But yeah, so those are just shortly of what some stuff that we had to go over a little bit of what's happening in the sports world. We're going to go a little bit here, and then I'm going to go off the TikTok live where we'll be going over some more sports stories for you guys. But Jared McCain, a couple of the prospects that came into college last year are now already 1 year through going to the NBA. That's how it is nowadays with these players. They just hit it and they go. And that's pretty much it. But hats off to them. They put the work in. They have the work ethic and the ability to do that. They put it in, and the rest is history. I mean, they're setting themselves up for greatness as long as they stay healthy, stay consistent and committed. I mean, the sky's the limit for these guys. I'm just gonna go with a difference. Let's go over the draft. Let's go over the picks. But let's go for a mock draft and see what we have for the 2024. What are we looking at? Because we're right around the corner before the NFL draft starts. So let's look at a mock draft of what of some people's have used their mock drafts. We're gonna go team by team, really. The AFC team. We're gonna start with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Baltimore Ravens, as Aiden has just entered to the chat. What's up, Aiden? As he is a Ravens fan. Round number one, ranked number 30th overall. Tyler Guton, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma. I think that suits him pretty well because they still need to shore up that offensive line to help out Lamar Jackson, even though they do have a stout running game. And now with the addition of Derrick Henry, it's going to be a monster team up in Baltimore. Can't wait to see what they do next year. Hopefully getting to the promised land where they were supposed to be last year. But they ran into Patrick Mahomes. Like, probably you're going to have to run through Patrick Mahomes to get to that Super Bowl. In round number 62 overall, you got Devontae Walker, which is the wide receiver out of North Carolina. They have a plethora of wide receivers at the position, but just in the grand scheme of things, they have a lot going for them. And they will kind of use their wide receivers a lot. I remember he's number 62 overall. It's not a big draft pick, but you still get some depth in the wide receivers, which is not a bad thing. Now, when we move on from the AFC, you go to Buffalo. Now, Buffalo, they have not filled out to where they've lost Stephon Diggs. They haven't done what they were supposed to do. For round number one, number 28th overall, they're going to go, what they think for the NFL Network, they're going to go with Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU. He didn't do that bad this year. He's going to be a top first-round draft pick. So, I mean, if you could be a first-round draft pick in the NFL, you're doing pretty good. Now, round number two, number 60th overall, you got Javon Boldard, safety out of Georgia. He is not bad at all either. But again, 60th for going down the hill. Again, they do not have Stephon Diggs. That traded away. There's a lot of question marks for Buffalo. But again, let's go back to Baltimore and revisit them. No, left tackle Rodney Stanley has missed 36 games due to injuries over the past 4 seasons, and the Baltimore traded right tackle Morgan Moses to the Jets this offseason. They should love finding the large 6'8", 322 pounds, and agile. He performed the 3-cone drill in 7.5 seconds. Houghton, who can play on either side of the line, available late in the first. Walker could be a steal late in the second round for the Ravens squad. In need of another wide receiver, second-year star Zay Flowers could make plays from the slot with Walker and Rashad Bateman, who is entering a contract year, lining up outside. Again, like I said, this is not bad. Their team is pretty poised for a run again. Now, for Buffalo, the trade of Stephon Diggs makes it necessary to find a wide receiver with one of their 2 picks. The Bills would likely have to move up to acquire Thomas, but general manager Brandon Beane has been willing to trade up for his guy in the past. LSU wideout would play the deep threat role that once inhabited Gabe Davis, who they lost with free agent signing. And they also signed Curtis Samuel, being Josh Allen's safety valve. Ballard is an effective slot defender who also makes plays downfield and tackles running backs well in space. He'll fit with Mike Edwards, Taylor Ramp, as they take over for former starters Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Again, Buffalo lost a lot of big names and a lot of big veterans over the offseason. So it's going to be hard for them to get back to where they were a couple years back. Now we move on to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has been rough with injuries. They lost Joe Mixon. Joe Burrow's coming back, hopefully fully healthy this time. In round number 1, they're overall, number 18 overall, they're going to get J.C. Latham, offensive tackle of Alabama. They're finally helping Joe Burrow. That's what you need to do if you want to compete for championships. You need to shore up the offensive line. When they made it to the Super Bowl, they didn't even have a good offensive line. Burrow made it work, and which was, to me, very surprising. They had a pretty bad offensive line the whole season. They turned it up in the playoffs where they had to, but obviously you see it has regressed. Joe Burrow's been getting he's been getting hurt a lot early in his career. You don't want that. You want to stay away from that. So let's see if they can get it. He's from Alabama. He knows what winning's about. So we'll see. Now, round number 2, 49th overall, Troy Franklin, wide receiver out of Oregon. Now, Trent Brown was signed this offseason to compete for the starting right tackle job after Johan Williams moved as a free agent. But his injury history means the team should add Johan Williams into the rookie mix. Latham is a stout pass protector and a dominant run blocker who can take the line into the next level. T. Higgins is scheduled to play on the franchise tag this season, but could be moved if a strong deal is offered. Now, Franklin's speed was 4.41 seconds on the 40-yard dash, and after the catch, elusiveness would help take pressure off Jamar Chase in the 2024 and beyond. And that's big because Jamar Chase was getting double teamed, triple teamed. It was ridiculous last year. So it's great to see that they're trying to help out him so he doesn't get double teamed, and it really can open up the seams. Now, for the Browns, round number 2, number 54 overall, Peyton Wilson, linebacker out of North Carolina State. Round number 3, number 85 overall, Kyron Obeliche, offensive tackle out of Yale. That is a funny effing last name to say. My bad if I butchered that, but hey, it is what it is. But not bad. I'm not so crazy about their draft picks. They're getting offensive line tackle to help out Deshaun Watson, linebacker to help out that defense. Their defense is already stout. Adding another linebacker is always good. Now, Wilson's speed was a 4.43 in the 40 and a production of 138 tackles last season make him a bargain if available midway through the second round. Adding his nose for the ball and coverage ability alongside Jermon Osawa Karamoa, who is headed into the final year of his rookie deal, and veteran Jordan Hicks bolsters the Browns' second-level defense. Amenenje is an intriguing prospect with a plus length of 36 1/8-inch arms and agility who will be valuable contributor if Jared Wills and Jack Culkin and slash Ordawa Jones lose time due to the injury again this season. So that's the Browns. Now we move to the Broncos. The Broncos, round number 1, number 12 overall, Michael Penix Jr., QB Washington. That is a good pick. I think I like that for Denver. They need a quarterback desperately. They lost Russell Wilson. This is a great run and a great start for them. I think this is the best case scenario for them. Get that guy. Have your franchise quarterback. He's lefty. It's going to be a similar with the Elway type thing. So we'll see how that rolls around. Now, round 3, number 76 overall, Jalix Hunts, edge out of Houston Christian. I hesitate to put Penix in the first round because of his injury history, but the Broncos' need for a quarterback makes it tough to pass him up. Head coach Sean Payton could build a strong offensive line to protect Penix the same way he did for his accurate pocket passer Drew Brees in New Orleans. Hunt has grown from a safety at Cornell to a force at the edge, making 20.5 tackles for loss with 13.5 sacks for the Huskies over his last 2 seasons. His length of 34 3/8 inch arms and speed of 4.6440 make him a solid third-round pick for the pass rusher needy Broncos. Again, good picks. They need to stick with this. I don't care about the injury history. If he stays healthy, he's going to be really good. Round number 2, number 42 overall, Cam Hart, cornerback out of Notre Dame for the Houston Texans. We'll get them. Round number 2 as well, number 59 overall, Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker at Texas A&M. Not bad. Trading for wide receiver Stephon Diggs allows Texans to address other needs with their 2 second-round selections. Hart's combination of size, 6'3", 202 pounds with 33-inch arms and speed of 4.540 make him a nice fit in Houston, especially with free agent signings of Jess Odakuda and CJ Henderson coming off injury-shortened seasons. Cooper's speed, he put up a 4.51 40 at 230 pounds. That's remarkable. Kurt earned him a second-round slot, setting him up to attack plays in the backfield and to boundary of DeMeco Ryan's defense. I mean, again, not bad. I think the Texans are poised for a run next year. The Colts, they got some questions to answer, but they're not a bad team. Round 1, number 15 overall, Teron Arnold, cornerback out of Alabama. That's a good pickup. Round number 2, number 46 overall, Xavier Leched, wide receiver out of South Carolina. That's another good pickup. Arnold's a fury competitor who made plays all over the field for Alabama. He could focus on stopping outside receiver, who was Kenny Moore II, returning to the Colts to man the slot. Through the rookie, could handle those duties if needed as well. Arnold's 4.540 speed at the NFL Scouting Combine didn't impress, but it is excellent pro day exceeded in his top 20 status. Legett's ability to get past smaller defenders with long strides, along with his agility to body them up on short and intermediate routes, could get him on the field regularly for a team that relies heavily on 3 wide receiver sets. Jaguars, round number 1, number overall 17, Troy Fetterman, offensive line tackle out of Washington. Not a bad pickup. Help out Trevor Lawrence. He's got to be better this year. Round 2, number 48 overall, Mason Smith, defensive tackle at LSU. Good pickup. With Josh Allen locked up via new lucrative 5-year contract, the Jaguars can't focus on their big guys on both sides of the ball early in the draft. Fetterman's versatility makes him a great fit in Jacksonville, where he could step in multiple spots as a rookie if the injuries hit. The offensive line of Cam Robinson and Walker Little are free agents after the season as well. So Frederick would be a long-term candidate to play left tackle. Adding Smith's size of 6'5", 306 pounds on 34.5-inch arms after acquiring free agent Eric Armstead from his 49ers. This should help strengthen the team's defensive line, and that's what exactly Jacksonville needs, their defense back from a couple years back with their offense. Trevor Lawrence needs to get it going this year. Now, the defending champs, back-to-back, trying to go for a 3-peat, Kansas City. Round number 1, number 32 overall, Xavier Worthy, wide receiver out of Texas. Round number 2, number 64 overall, Kamir Lester, cornerback out of Georgia. Not bad. I like getting a wide receiver in the first round out of Texas. That is not bad. They need help on the wide receivers, especially with Rashid Rice dealing with that stupid thing with the freaking Lamborghini in Texas going crazy. Fucking speeding up the freaking highway. So you need somebody to help that out. So Kansas City might have to move up in the first round, which is GM Brett Veches has done in the past, grabbing Patrick Mahomes in 2017 and Trent McDuffie in 2022. That was a big pickup, Trent McDuffie. To acquire Worthy, but the Texas wide receiver, elite 4.21 40 speed, would be such a nice fit in the Chiefs. He had he broke the record at the combine for the fastest 40-yard dash in NFL history. It's similar to Tyreek Hill. Offense that he lacked just juice since Tyreek Hill's departure in 2022. Worthy's return ability a bonus as well in the light of league's new kickoff rules. The Chiefs have some players who can make up for the loss of cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know about that, but Leicester is a potential bargain late in the second round who makes up for average straight line speed with short area quickness and tendencies. Now we move to the Raiders. I'm not going to go crazy with them. I'm just going to let you know what rounds they're going in. Now, round number 1, number 13 overall, Talise Fuga, offensive tackle from Oregon State. Big pickup. It most likely might be Gardner Minshew starting, which is not bad. I think they got the best chance for him to start winning is if with him. Round 2, number 44 overall, you got Ennis Rackstraw Jr., cornerback out of Missouri. Not bad. Again, they got some answers to start with. Can the Raiders get some consistency next year? It's remained to be seen. Now we move to the Chargers, where they got Harbaugh in there as the coach. We'll see how Justin Herbert does with him. They let go a lot of guys, so we'll see how he does in the draft. Now, round number 1, number 5 overall, Malik Neighbors, wide receiver at LSU. I believe they lost both their big wide receivers, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, in free agency, so they really need a wide receiver, and they're going with number 5, Malik Neighbors, wide receiver at LSU. That's a really good pickup. He did some wonders this year at LSU. Now, round number 2, number 37 overall, you got Blake Corum, running back out of Michigan. You know why? Because Harbaugh was there in Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting his boy, Blake Corum, at the running back position. That's going to be a tandem, man. Justin Herbert, Blake Corum, Malik Neighbors. I like that trio right there, man. I like that. Now, the release of Mike Williams and trade of Keenan Allen makes finding a playmaker at wide receiver an absolute must. Neighbors can win off the line with quickness, runs excellent routes, and gives quarterback Justin Herbert a reliable target with strong hands at the catch point. Reuniting Corum with Jim Harbaugh is too appealing to ignore. He's the kind of bell cow back with receiving and pass protection skills any coach would love. That's a big 3 right there, man. Miami, they really fucked us over last year, man. A lot of people thought Miami were going to do some things. As Tua as the quarterback, they need every freaking player on the planet to help this guy succeed. No knocking Tua. He's a good player. He ain't great, though. Round number 1, number 21 overall, you got Jerzon Newton, defensive tackle at Illinois. Helps her up that defense as well. Round number 2, number 55 overall, Jatavan Sanders, tight end out of Texas. Not bad pickup. Losing Christian Wilkins in free agency was a major blow to the Dolphins' defensive line. Newton's strength and quickness off the ball give him a chance to contribute immediately. Sanders will get down to the seam against defenses worried about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle outside. This seems like an excellent marriage of an already explosive offense. Can't wait to see what their offense is about next year with this addition. Now, the Patriots are absolutely ass, so we will see what they're going to do. Let's get right to it. Round number 1. Number 3 overall, they're going to go with the LSU quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He is going to be the best quarterback in this draft. Mark my words. I don't like him going to New England, but to be honest, that is not a bad spot. It's not a horrible spot. It's not like Chicago where Caleb Williams is going to go, and he's going to be a bust. Ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Williams will be a bust next year. I don't have faith in him. I think he's just too overhyped, and he thinks too highly. I like Jaden Daniels. I think he's more humble. I think he's more about it, and I think he's going to prove himself. Number 3 overall, Jaden Daniels, QB LSU. They let go Mac Jones to go to the backup quarterback of Justin Herbert in Jacksonville. Now, round number 2, number 34 overall, Amiris Mims, offensive tackle of Georgia, to help Jaden Daniels. That is a big pickup. I like that. NFL Network's Bridget Condon reported at the NFL Scouting Combine that the Patriots have had interest in Daniels since Bill Belichick was still with the franchise. Daniels led build is similar to Tom Brady's when he was coming into the league, but the comparisons end there. Daniels can whip the ball from the pocket, and his elite running ability will drive defenses crazy on third down. Mims, in inexperience and in 2023 ankle injury and recent hamstring issues, may cost him a first-round draft slot, but he's likely won't last long in the second round with the Patriots on the clock with the 34 overall pick. One of the few places in his 6'8", 360-pound frame fits perfectly in the space vacated by tackle Trent Brown, who signed with the Cincinnati Bengals as a free agent this offseason. That's a big pickup. I like that. Now the Jets. We all know what happened to the Jets, ladies and gentlemen, last year. 4 plays into the season against Buffalo, first game of the season. Aaron Rodgers blows his Achilles. What a terrible turn of events. Now let's see what they do this year with fully healthy. Round number 1, number 10 overall, they're going with Brock Bowers, tight end out of Georgia. That is going to be a squad out there in MetLife. Not the Giants. They suck. The Jets, Bowers, Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall. I mean, the list can go on and on. You got Alan Lazard, you got Randall Cobbs. That is going to be a squad. And that defense is so potent, it's going to be ridiculous. In 2020, Aaron Rodgers threw 16 touchdown passes to Green Bay tight ends Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, and Jace Sternberger, and Dominican Duffy. Imagine what a talent like Bowers could do with a healthy Rodgers looking for him in the red zone on a key first downs and longer throws when presenting a mismatch. Nubkins, Ballhawk, 13 career interceptions will do his job in the run game, so it won't be a surprise if he starts day run. Their round number 3, number 72 overall with Tyler Nubbin, safety out of Minnesota. Another good pickup. Now Pittsburgh, they got Russell Wilson. Round number 1, number 20 overall, Graham Barton, center out of Duke. Help Russell Wilson. I like that. Number 51 overall pick in the second round, Adonian Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas. Not a bad pickup. Get another wide receiver to help out Russell Wilson. Barton played left tackle last 3 years for the Blue Devils, but his intelligence, athleticism, and willingness to finish block should allow him to excel at the center position, where he started his true freshman season due to health issues along the O-line. Mitchell's raw route running can take a top off the defense with a 4.3340 speed. The Steelers have been drawn to talented pass catchers who are available a bit later than their potential would indicate, so it seems like an excellent fit. That's not bad. I like it. Now, we move to Tennessee. They're a lost cause, I think. Number 7 overall, Joe Alt, offensive tackle Notre Dame. They're going with Will Levis as their quarterback, I believe. So they're basically saying, you know what? Let's help them. Now, round number 2, number 30 overall, Marshawn Keenan, edge out of Western Michigan to help out that defense. Again, they lost Derrick Henry. We'll see how well they do this year. NFC teams. Cardinals, they're getting my boy. Round number 1, number 4 overall, Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr., baby. My guy out of Ohio State, the wide receiver. Can't wait to what he sees to do with Kyle Murray. It's going to be some special. Round number 1, number 27 overall, they got Nate Wiggins, cornerback out of Clemson, another big pickup. Cardinals are in a great position to trade down for additional picks this year and next, but they stay put. Harrison's playmaking ability would fit in a need the team that has had some time. Wiggins' closing speed is special as he's willing to fight receivers through the catch. His lean build would likely scare off some teams, but Arizona's desperate need for outside corners draw the team to him late in the first. Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins there. Not bad. Round number 1, number 8 overall, Dallas Turner, edge out of Alabama. Round number 2, number 43 overall, Kool-Aid Mixture, cornerback out of Alabama. Not bad. We move to Carolina. They're a lost cause. Round number 2, number 33 overall, Braden Fisk, defensive tackle out of Florida State. Round number 2, number 39 overall, Ben Shunut, Tennessee out of Kansas State to help out Bryce Young. They're going to be a lost cause. Chicago, this is where it is, ladies and gentlemen. Children of the Corn here on the Fire Sports Pod. Number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC. Justin Fields is the backup at the Steelers behind Russell Wilson. Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. Calling it. Sorry, Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I just don't think he's all that. I think he's too overhyped, and I think it's just too crazy. I don't think he's going to pan out, especially in Chicago. He goes anywhere else other than Chicago, he goes good. It's just Chicago. Round number 1, number 9 overall, Rami Odaz, wide receiver at Washington. He was a beast for Penix last year. I think this is going to be a good squad. They'll be a good squad. I mean, you got DJ Adams, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, traded for Chase Claypool. I mean, you got Caleb Williams. Not bad. Not bad. Now, my Dallas Cowboys, round number 24 overall, Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas. Let's go. I can't wait for that kid to get into Dallas. Round number 2, number 56 overall, Brandon Coleman, offensive line tackle of TCU to help out Dak Prescott. I like it. The Texas running backs fit with the Cowboys isn't too strong to ignore. Not only does the team need a true playmaker at the position, but his November knee surgery was also performed by Dallas team doctors, so they know his rehab progress. His combination of power, agility, and vision when healthy make him a late first-round value. Coleman's stock is still on the rise. Dallas is lucky the versatile tackle/guard will plus athleticism will be available at the end of the round 2, allowing the Cowboys to make up for Tyron Smith's departure in free agency. Detroit, a crazy team last year. Round number 1, number 29 overall, Darius Robertson, edge out of Missouri. Round number 2, number 61 overall, TJ Tampa, cornerback out of Iowa State. Not bad. Green Bay, they killed my Cowboys. Round number 1, number 25 overall, Cooper DeShawn, safety out of Iowa. Round number 2, number 41 overall, Roger Roskergarten, offensive tackle out of Washington. Not bad. The signing of Xavier McKinnon fills out one starting safety spot while DeJean fits the other. His game reminds me of Brian Branch, whom the Packers passed on last year's draft, though they found wide receivers Jaden Reed and Devontae Wicks and a defensive lineman of Carl Brooks. Now, Green Bay starting right tackle last season, Zack has experience as left tackle, so he could make a switch if the roster turn earns a starting role. Rams, their older team, Matt Stafford, round number 1, number 19 overall, Jared Verse, edge out of Florida State. Puka Nacua was a beast last year. Number 52 overall, Mitchell Hall Jr., defensive tackle at Ohio State. You know why they go in defense in the first 2 rounds. Why? Because of what? The retirement of Aaron Donald means the Rams will be looking for an active interior player to pair with second-year defensive tackle Kobe Turner. Hall is exactly that, a distributed force in the middle of the defense who's a problem for opposing offensive linemen. Now, Minnesota, they lost Kirk Cousins. They have Justin Jefferson. What's going to happen? Round number 1, number 11 overall, they're taking Bo Nix out of Oregon, the oldest quarterback in the draft. Not bad. I don't think Bo Nix is that great, but in this system with a number 1 wide receiver of Justin Jefferson, he actually might be that guy. We'll see. Now, round number 1, number 23 overall, Latiato Lotu, edge out of UCLA. I can't really pronounce his name, but this guy is the shit. I like him as the coming as the edge. They need that. Now, Nix doesn't possess the elite physical attributes that they were similar to former Viking star quarterback Kirk Cousins, but the demand for quarterbacks combined with Nix's experience and competitive nature could cause the Vikings to score him at number 11 instead of waiting for the second Thursday night selection 12 picks later. I like that. Now the Saints, round number 1, number 14 overall, Alumake Fashano, offensive tackle out of Penn State. Round number 2, number 45 overall, Keon Coleman, wide receiver of Florida State, helping out Derek Carr, getting another wide receiver, and on top of it, helping him out, giving him a better offensive line. Now the Giants, you know how I feel about them. They suck. They're horrible. Number 6 overall, they're going to go with a quarterback. They're taking Drake May because Daniel Jones is out of there after this year. QB out of North Carolina, he might not be that bad in the Giants. It would be much better if they had Saquon still, but it's all right. Number 47 overall, Jaden Hicks, safety out of Washington State. They lost Xavier McKinney. That is a big pickup. Philadelphia, I hate them too, but they're not bad. Round number 1, number 22 overall, Quinton Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo. Not bad. Round number 2, they need to shore up the cornerback position because they are ass. Number 550 overall, Zack Zinter, offensive guard out of Michigan. Help out Jalen Hurts. That's not bad. San Francisco, you know how I feel about them, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 1, number 31 overall, Patrick Paul, offensive tackle to Houston to help out Brock Purdy. Round number 2, number 63 overall, Max Melton, cornerback out of Rutgers. Mater is going to the 49ers. Not bad. It's not bad. I don't think they're going to make anything. They made sure they got Paul because Trent Williams is turning 36 years old during the summer. So they need somebody to back him up once he does retire. Seattle or gets hurt. Seattle, not bad of a team, up and under. Number 16 overall in the round one, Brian Murphy, defensive tackle out of Texas. They need help in the defense. Round number 3, number 81 overall, Jeremiah Trotter, linebacker out of Clemson. That's a big one. Who will team with Leonard Williams to affect the pocket in passing situations. Brian Murphy and Leonard Williams on the same team with Bobby Wagner and Jeremiah Trotter. That's going to be a hell of a squad on defense. Tampa Bay. They were a surprise. Number 26 overall, Chop Robinson, edge out of Penn State. Not bad. Round number 2, number 57 overall, Jackson Powers Johnson, center out of Oregon to help out Baker Mayfield, who they signed to a $100 million plus contract over the offseason. And to finish out the NFC, we have the Washington Commanders at round number 1. Number 2 overall, they're going to go with J.J. McCarthy, quarterback out of Michigan. I think that's a great system quarterback for the Commanders with Dan Quinn. I actually like that. It's a pretty good squad. Number 36 overall and round number 2, Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle at Arizona to help out quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Commanders GM Adam Peters was part of the 49ers group that made Brock Purdy a very relevant, Mr. Irrelevant in 2022. McCarthy's game is the closest to Purdy's among the top 4 quarterback prospects, bringing him competitiveness, athleticism, and an unapologetic willingness to throw passes into tight windows. The release of Charles Lano Jr. makes the finding of a left tackle a priority. Morgan is a solid pass protector with a smooth movement and stout arm anchor despite average length of 32 7/8 inch arms. That is pretty small. That is not bad. I will take that all day if I am the Commanders. Now, other than that, guys, we said we were going to go to our sports stories, but we actually going to cut that. If you guys want to listen to my sports stories, we'll be posting them on the TikTok, on the Apple Podcast and Spotify. You will be seeing this same show on the Apple Podcast and Spotify and the audio show, so stay tuned to that if you guys are on those platforms. If not, guys, I will see you guys on Monday for Recap Monday. Enjoy the weekend. On top of that, guy, if you guys want to see anything tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon before UFC 300, we will be going over each fight and who I got winning. We're going to be going over that tomorrow on our TikTok, so stay tuned to that on the Fire Sports Pod. I will catch you guys on Monday, on Recap Monday, the next time we do our show. We are on Season 3, Episode 5 today. We will be on Season 3, Episode 6 on Monday. Catch you guys then. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your Friday and enjoy the weekend. See you guys.